Good morning, Matt Delacruz here with the Winning Minds Group, part of the John Maxwell team, and welcome to Mondays with Matt. Happy Monday to you. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. I'm looking forward to another extraordinary week this week as we kick off this brand new week, the first week of November. That's right, the 11th month of the year of 2018, meaning we have 57 games left to play this year, 57 days, 57 games left of this year. So don't count them out. The year is not over. You shouldn't be over. But this is the time where you really got to get the mindset on plotting and scheming and planning and getting creative and looking at some different ideas and different ways of how we're going to grow in the new year of 2019. I usually take this time of the year to really take the time to reflect. I go back in my journals, I go back over my calendar, and I look at the last 10 months, and I look at what I can use. What education did I grow? How can I grow and take these decisions that I made, the steps that I made the last 10 months? How can I invest it into a new year? So the old saying that, and this is one of my quotes, I don't have very many quotes, but I started thinking about it at this time of the year, that when you bring a new you into a new year, you're going to have a great year. But if you bring the same old you into a new year, you're going to end up having the same crappy year. So it's all up to you based on the choices, the decisions, and the steps that you take. Which leads me into this quote I want to talk about today. And I wrote this down about 3 months ago. I don't know who the author is. I give them credit anonymously. But sometimes the smallest step in the right direction ends up being the biggest step in your life. Sometimes the smallest step in the right direction ends up being the biggest step in your life. So steps are like choices, right? What choices are you make? It's decision, right? Successful people aren't decisive. Successful people make decisions, and then they change sometimes rapidly, but they're not indecisive. But this time of the year is where you really want to take, again, the time to reflect, the time to step back, ponder, plot, scheme, and plan. This is the time I do it. I do it in the month of November simply because it gives me the time to make adjustments if I have to. If I really need to make adjustments, I can make adjustments prior before the new year starts, where most people wait to the beginning of the year, and meanwhile they're making adjustments along the way. You're going to burn some days. And the one thing about life is there are no makeup days, there are no makeup games in the game of life. But this is the time of the year where there's some stress. And there's really 3 main stressors that I want to share with you today. And I want to show you how to overcome them, how to eliminate the stress. Because stress is nothing more of these negative emotions that we create. Doubt, worry, they create stress. Neglect creates stress. But these are the 3 stressors that most people face in their life, especially this time of the year. The number 1 is finances and debt. You know, this is where people all of a sudden go through where they have too much month at the end of their money. This is the time where they're spending money they don't have because of the holidays. So it creates stress. Isn't it interesting that the holidays come the same time every single year? For those who celebrate Christmas, like we do, Christmas comes the same time every single year, but yet people are always stressed out when it comes to the Christmas time of buying presents for other people. That's the number 1 stressor, finances and debt. The second one is marriage and relationships. This is the time the time of the year where all of a sudden we're going over holidays, or many times we're split. You know, some family wants us over here, and then we got to go over here and spend the Christmas over here, Thanksgiving over here. We're all over, and we're spread. Stress. Especially if you have negative relatives that you have to partake in, it even brings on more stress. And the third one is health. The third stressor is health. The third stressor of health is because most people, they get so stressed out because they feel guilty, or their clothes don't fit them, or they don't look the way they wanted to look, self-image, so to speak. But again, stress comes from the doubt and it comes from the worry. These are the negative emotions. But it all really stems because we neglect. And the only way you can really defeat that is to counter it. And how do you counter it? You plot, you scheme, you plan. And if you plan and you're proactive and you plan for the good, you always get the good. But if you don't plan, then you have to settle for what comes your way. And that's why people stress out. Number 1, finances and debt. Number 2, marriage, relationships, and family. And number 3, of course, is the health. So you control those 3, whether you grow or you choose to neglect it. So I'm asking you today, for the next 57 days, I want you to start thinking about What can you do to put a plan together for the positive so you can grow the next 57 days for the 3 stressors? So let's eliminate those 3 stressors. Let's bring happiness, joy back into it. When you have those 3 in complete harmony, that's where the happiness and joy comes into it. So think about it this week. Get rid of the 3 stressors. Let's create harmony. Let's create happiness and joy. Thanks so much. You make it a great day, and live intentionally, live with passion, and we'll talk to you next week.